Well, President Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill passed earlier this month, and it's been making headlines for its potential impacts, both positive and negative. But what does it mean for the average American? Linda Jensen joins us this morning with how you can take advantage of new deductions and uncover hidden tax savings. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Abby. It's an honor to be here.
Well, thanks so much for being here. What are the top benefits in the new tax law that the average American should know about?
Well, first of all, the tax rates are permanently lower and the tax brackets bigger. The standard deduction has been increased to $15,750 for a single person and $30,500 for a married couple. So the standard deduction, Abby, is money you don't pay taxes on at all.
So that's good news.
It's really good news. Absolutely. And then, of all things, you can earn up to $25,000 in tips and not pay taxes, and $12,500 in overtime and not pay taxes. There's some phase outs for that.
So are these things that people need to go in and change, or these are things that just happen automatically for them?
These are going to happen automatically. So when they do their tax return next year, I would not recommend that people change their exemptions. You know, really wait till you do your tax return and see how you're affected, rather than having, unfortunately, finding out you owe taxes, right? And then there's some really interesting things. One is we haven't been able to deduct car loan interest for a long time.
Right.
And now we can deduct up to $10,000 of car interest as long as that final assembly was in the US.
Oh, okay.
There's some caveats here, right?
Okay, little fine print. Yeah. Okay, what about for business owners? What are some big things for them?
Yeah, so for business owners, there's something called a qualified business income deduction, and that's been made permanent, and that's 20% of your income. Now, this is going to affect the average small business owner, not the really wealthy guy, because there's phase outs, but 20% of your income is now tax-free. They've also expanded research and development tax credits, the Section 179 to expense capital appreciation, you know, things that you're going to buy for your business, the capital expenses. Also, cost segregation has been expanded. That's to accelerate depreciation for commercial real estate. And so all of that is really good news for the business owner, and I would recommend that they check that out with their CPA to see how that affects them. Although I got to tell you, this is what we do, this is what we're helping business owners do. Because unfortunately a lot of CPAs, they're concerned about compliance and regulation and filing returns. They're not necessarily that adept at implementing the tax strategies. But if you're a business owner, please be diligent and please check this out. And also, there's a couple of interesting things for children, Abby.
Okay.
One is the child tax credit has been increased from $2,000 to $2,200 through 2028. And then, of all things, this Trump child credit of $1,000 for every child born in the U.S. between this year and 2028. They're going to get $1,000 seeded into their account, and then their parents, grandparents, and others like an employer could add up to $5,000 more in that account. And those funds could be used for education, to buy your first house, or even to start a business.
Wow. Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot of layers to it.
Yes, there is.
And a lot to dig through,
I know,
right?
I know.
Yeah, but if you can get through it, there might be some really big benefits in there for you.
Yes, and I think for the average American, they're going to have more money in their pocket next year. And for a lot of business owners, this is really good news. I mean, just having that standard deduction increased and permanent is huge, in my opinion. Also, having the tax rates permanently lower is fantastic for everybody.
Okay, so where can people go to learn more and maybe get some more tips?
Well, you can contact me. So my email address is linda@heart, H-E-A-R-T, financialgroup.com. Or my website is heartfinancialgroup.com.
Okay, Linda, thank you so much for breaking that down for us. We look forward to learning more from you in the future. Time right now is 8:27. We'll be back with more news and weather right after this.